Hello, good evening. It is I, the old geek, and it is Friday. And this Friday, we're going back to reading one of these. I think we're close to finishing this book. What I'm going to say is, if we do finish this book on this stream tonight, I will stop it there because my weekend might now be a little unpredictable. We've had a little bit of bad news this afternoon, and my phone is beside me here. If it rings, the stream will end. It is as simple as that, because I know what that'll make. I know what that'll be. So details are in the Discord. I've said as much as I need to in there. So anyhow, how are you, Iman? Are you all right?
Very well, sir. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I've just been chilling with the family since Eid, pretty much. Yeah, having plenty of tea, food, and cake. The usual.
Putting a few pounds back on. How much have you lost?
Over the whole of Ramadan, I lost £2. It's not a lot, but I feel healthier.
I guess your metabolism adjusts, doesn't it, naturally?
Yeah.
Your stomach adjusts. So in chat we have Halakar, Jeb, and Straw Piglet chatting at the moment. Thanks, Halakar. It's pretty much impossible to be positive. It's just a question of how long now, and if it goes a week, we'll be surprised. I fully expect it to be in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's just the way it is. But hey ho. Hello, Keith. Hello, Andy. Are you all? You're well. I mean, I'm well. Just a bit of sad news. It was expected, and but it doesn't mean it's not sad when it happens. So, right. What have we been doing? Oh, we've done a lot of gas bagging this week, haven't we? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just gas bagging, chatting.
I've never heard this. Oh, I've never heard that.
You've never heard the term of gas bagging?
I've never heard that. No. That's interesting. That's a new one.
Nah. I will explain how. My wife's father was given the all clear from cancer about this time last year, but then it came back during the summer, and he was given 3 to 12 months to live, and that was around end of September. He chose not to have any treatment because quality of life and all of that. He made it through Christmas, but he's currently in a hospice, and he's taken a turn for the worse today. So we don't know how long he's got now. It's 7 months since he was given the 3 to 12 months to live, so he's right slap bang in the middle. So if my wife's with him at the moment, my wife's by his bedside. She got a phone call this afternoon to go in and see him, and she's still there, and she's intending to spend the night there. So I'm guessing she's got a good idea of what's coming. She's a very pragmatic sort, so she does what she thinks she needs to, and she's been the one who's been looking after him as much as possible for the last 7-8 months or so, and before that when he was ill, because he's had a few problems last few years. But hey ho, that's life, and it's all part of it. So
thoughts and prayers for John and his family in chat, everyone.
Well, for Tom, my father-in-law.
For Tom.
Yeah, so.
Well, and for your wife, obviously, it's her dad.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's prepared herself for this.
Well, I mean, you can prepare as much as you want; it still doesn't hit until it hits,
No, quite. We've known it's coming.
I know my grandma was my mum's mum. She was on a ventilator for a few days before she actually, we made the decision to switch the machine off, and even then, it's you don't understand until it actually happens.
Oh, where did I post it in the Discord? Was it in a readable bit, or was it in?
I think it was in stream invites. I think.
Oh, it's in the stream invites section. So if you've not paid any attention to the stream invite section, then I was just explaining that in there that the stream might have to be curtailed tonight, depending on what happens.
We understand. So, yeah. I'd like the stream anyway, so.
Thank you. Anyway, That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
That's
Otherwise,
life. C'est la vie.
yeah. Otherwise, fairly busy day at work. Fairly busy day yesterday. It's all right to be busy. Last week was rubbish.
I don't know. Some of us had quite a good chat yesterday.
We did. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
A lot of gas bagging, as you say.
Yeah. Hungar, no worries, Hungar. If anything, I mean, I feel your situation at the moment because I went in about an hour ago to let Bear know that I might not be able to commit to tomorrow night because of issues with my father-in-law. So don't worry about it, Hungar. Don't worry about it at all.
Praise for Hungar as well, everyone.
Absolutely. You look after yourself. You focus on your own health because we need you around, buddy. We want you around.
What would we all do without Friar Philip making us laugh?
Absolutely. So happy to postpone for you. Postpone until you're healthy.
Health is wealth, mate.
Halakar says he's been called an ass bag, but yes, there's a whole different thing. Have you never heard the term gas bagging then?
No, is it like an older thing? Because I've not even heard my mum and dad say it.
You call someone an old gas bag? It's not same as an old windbag.
Okay, windbag I've heard, but that's like an insult.
Yeah, gas bagging is exactly the same. It's
windbag. Calling someone a windbag is saying they're full of hot air, basically.
It can be someone who chunters too much, someone who talks too much. So gas bagging is just talking.
Okay, interesting. May have to use that and confuse some people. Who knows?
Yes. Hello, Daniel. Yes, there's lots of colloquialisms for the activity. Thank you, Hungar. Right.
I just say chatting shit.
Yeah. Chewing the fat. Yeah, chewing the fat. That's a common one.
Shooting the shit. That's another one.
Windbag. Yeah. I'm at the stage with the beard at the moment that the top lip is now sort of curling into my mouth. I'm trying to tease it sideways.
No. What you need to do is you need to just trim it. With like
I don't want to trim it. No, I want it to go out sideways. I want it to look sort of quite Victorian.
Okay.
But it's not doing it. It's curling down and into my mouth. I keep biting it.
Yeah, that's why you need to tame those ones and allow these ones to grow.
Right. Okay.
If I let my beard get to a stage where it's like 3 or 4 months, you start to see the mustache do that thing. I know because once I let it grow out, just because I was so lazy, I couldn't be bothered shaving it or trimming it.
Well, that's his stage mine's actually.
After 4 months, I was like,
this has been going since just before Christmas, so we're talking 3.5 months. But it has been trimmed a few times. I have to trim the edges because otherwise it goes. Yes, the mustaches in the movie Tombstone are magnificent. Tombstone's a good film.
It would fit your Call of Cthulhu thing very well if you did Compt Fenelic with that twirling the mustache. You're very warm.
But he's from the French Revolution era, though, isn't he? So it's not really a mustache time, is it? Really, French Revolution?
Perhaps not.
No, so it's like he's late 18th century.
He doesn't actually have a mustache, but he seems like the type that would.
Oh yeah, but I associate them with the sort of the cackling villain, where he's not really a cackling
like
villain.
Dick Dastardly sort of.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have a Daniel.
How's chat doing? All good.
We have a Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
How are you guys doing?
Oh,
hey,
right.
Dan.
All right.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Thanks. How are you?
I'm only here for a little bit. My son Wednesday, well, actually, I guess it would be his teacher's fault. He's in band, and we were told Wednesday evening that he has a they're doing like a regional multi-school concert tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Cool.
What does he play?
He's in percussion, so he does drums, the xylophone, which annoys the living piss out of me. Stuff like that. But it's good for him because he's kind of antsy anyhow, so percussion's really good for him because, you know. So cool thing is he took first place in his division for his air rifle competition.
Wow,
cool.
Congratulations. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was cool.
I haven't coughed all day until bloody stream
Now
time.
you're going to start.
Cardinal Richelieu from Three Musketeers. Yes, I know the character. I know the character. All right. We're at 277 in the book. 277 in the book. So I will reiterate 277. We have a decision to make straight away. So if you remember, this is 2 weeks ago now. We teamed up with Rygar and some of his men, and he's a big heroic knight, shining armor type. And we've just come up against some cloaked horsemen, and our sixth sense warned us that they're dangerous, but we couldn't stop Rygar charging towards them. As Rygar and his men gallop nearer to the riders, one of the cloaked horsemen draws a black staff from beneath his robes. A fierce blue flame shoots from its twisted tip and explodes beneath Rygar's horse, toppling him and sending Rygar head over heels into the dense undergrowth. Furiously, Rygar's men attack the cloaked riders with their swords. Their sharp blades slice clean through their enemies' cloaks and bodies, but to no effect. These are Helghast, evil undead agents of Dark Lord Zagana. They have the ability to adopt human form, yet they are invulnerable to normal weapons. The cloaked staff bearer gives a hideous laugh that tears at your mind. He's using a very powerful mind blast against you. You know you're outnumbered by a superior enemy. You must act quickly if you want to survive this ambush. So we have a choice. Do we abandon our horse and dive for cover amidst the undergrowth, or do we go to Rygar's aid? Help Rygar, or dive for the undergrowth?
Help.
Oh, man. I want to help, but it says he's using a mind blast, and we don't have mind over matter.
We've got Mind Shield.
Oh, do we have mind shield? Okay, yeah, help.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. Help! What a choice, exactly. What a choice, exactly, Straw Piglet. What a choice indeed. What a way to start the stream. Yeah, we do have Mind Shield, so bear that in mind. Hey!
Hey! That's twice we said the same thing at the same time, John.
Yeah, yes.
First time I was like, hey, Dan, what does he play?
Just checking my phone messages. Okay, no message. No news is good news, as they say.
Indeed.
Yep. I did offer to take her some food, but her aunt and uncle have already been and dropped some off while I was feeding the kids. Of course, I say the kids, they're 19 and 17, while I was feeding my teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like we're going to his help. 59. Hello.
Is that one of Dan's Sprogs?
that was the old lady.
Oh, okay.
You spur your horse towards a cloaked Helghast that is about to strike a helpless soldier. This creature is immune to mind blast, can only be wounded by a magic weapon. Hang on, we've got a magic broadsword.
We do, right? I was thinking, do we?
Yeah. Oh, if you have a magic spear, turn to 332. If you do not, you must evade the combat.
Oh,
Is it because it's mounted? We can't reach. Is it because we can't reach it with a sword?
possibly, yeah.
Okay, we can't help the knight. We're gonna have to. We haven't got the magic spear.
Oh shit.
Well, we're not able to help him anyway. So,
Fuck.
boo, boo. You come to rest face downwards in a tangle of thick bracken. The ringing clash of steel and the horrible cries of the Helghast are echoing through the trees around you. You are stunned and cannot move until a hand grabs you by the arm and pulls you upright. It is Rygar. His face is bloodied and his armor is battered and charred. We must flee these demons, Lone Wolf. They are Helghast, the fell captains of Darklord Zagana. They are invulnerable to normal weapons. Strength and steel will not avail us here. You glimpse the silhouette of Helghast on the forest road above, their minds bent on the slaughter of Rygar's men. They fail to see you both slip away under cover of the wooded hillside. For 6 hours, you run without rest. The Helgar are on the highway, and you're forced to make your way through the steep and wooded foothills to avoid the risk of capture. Many times you feel you just cannot go on, that the pain and the fatigue are too much to bear. But each time you falter, you are spurred on by Rygar. You marvel at his endurance, for he is not a young man, and he is clothed in the heavy armor of a Somlending knight. By nightfall, you have reached the entrance to Tarnalin, the western tunnel through the Hamadal Mountains. The 3 tunnels of Durinor were excavated during the age of the Black Moon, and each tunnel is over 40 miles long and passes through the huge circle of the Hamadal Range to the capital at their center. The tunnels provide the only access to the city by land. Rygar sits beside you and takes some bread and dried meat from his pack. Eat this, Lone Wolf. You must maintain your strength for the journey to Hamadal. From this point onwards, you will have to venture alone through the Tarnalin. I shall remain here and hold the enemy back for as long as I have the strength to fight. Do not argue with my decision. That your mission should succeed is the only thing that matters. If Rygar is to hold off the Helghast, he will need a magic weapon, as his own sword is of no use against the creatures. If you possess a magic spear and wish to give it to Rygar so that he can use it to defend the tunnel entrance against the Helghast, or if you don't possess a magic spear, turn to 118. Okay, because the only other option is if you possess a magic spear but don't wish to give it to Rygar. Yeah, you have it. No, we haven't got a magic spear, so
I feel like some of these choices don't really make sense.
That didn't make a lot of sense. No.
Because if we had the magic spear, we would have just fought.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well.
You bid Rygar farewell and enter the tunnel of Tarnalin. Over 100 feet in height and width, the tunnel runs all the way to the capital on the far side of the Hamadal Range. It is lit by torches for its entire length. The highway through the mountain is usually busy with the traffic of merchants to and from Port Bax, but now the entrance and the interior are deserted, except for an overturned fruit wagon. As you walk deeper into Tarnalin, a sinister doubt invades your mind. Have the Helghast arrived here before you? You have been walking for half an hour when you see a strange creature on top of a wagon abandoned on the road ahead. It is little more than 2 feet high, and it resembles an overgrown marsh rat. You assume it is some kind of tunnel-dwelling rodent until you notice that he is wearing a splendid jacket of patchwork leather and carrying what appears to be a crudely made spear. As you get nearer, he suddenly turns to face you. His whiskered nose is sniffing the air, and his bright black eyes are peering into the gloom. He sees you, and he immediately scampers off into the darkness of a smaller tunnel away to your left. Artwork. There we go, little scampering man. If you have the Kai discipline of animal kinship, turn to 279. We do. 279. You recognize the creature to be a Nudnik, an intelligent. Whenever I see names like this, I instantly look to see whether they read something background, back to front, or they're an anagram. Can't see an anagram in there. It's an intelligent but mischievous mountain-dwelling native of Duranor. The Nudniks inhabit a maze of smaller shafts and fissures that honeycomb the Hamadal Mountains and live off whatever they can scavenge and steal from the merchant caravans that travel the Tarnalin. It occurs to you that you can catch the Nudnik. The tiny humanoid may be able to tell you. It occurs to you that if you can catch the Nudnik, the tiny humanoid may be able to tell you if there are Helghast hiding in this tunnel. Do we choose to follow the Nudnik, or do we just let it go and continue? So follow or continue.
Follow.
Follow.
Follow the Nudnik Road. Follow the Nudnik. It's Noodnic. But Nudnik, yeah. Nicholas without clothes. Quite literally, Nicholas. Hey! Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put some spellings in here for you. So we have Nudnik, Tarnalin, Duranor, and Hamadal. Those are some of the names because I've had to read out recently. Looks like we're following.
I think we have someone new in chat, John. I don't recognise the name anyway.
Where?
Lord Melchior.
Lord Melchior? Where? What? I don't see. Oh. Lord Melchior. Hello, Lord Melchior. Are you new? Throw him a bone.
Yeah.
Hello. You just got, welcome. Yes. We're playing this. We're probably quite close to the end of it, so we shall see. I'm terrible with it.
No, it's not a paid event. Don't worry.
I'm always forgetting to lock my front door, so yes, stay a while and listen. Right, so we are following the Nudnik.
So Nick's nude?
Yes.
He seems to be.
Like what a pervy little bugger.
You chase the furry creature as it hurries along a narrow twisting passage. You stay on its trail for nearly 10 minutes without closing the gap between you. You're about to give up the chase when the passage opens out into a huge torchlit cavern. Here a stunning sight greets your eyes. The cavern houses an entire colony of these strange little humanoids. It's a nudist camp. They are busily sorting and examining a vast collection of curious objects which are heaped in the center of the hall. If you have the Kai discipline of animal kinship, yeah, I don't know where this name comes from, but here we go, 144. Oh, we're talking about Melchior. Name comes from somewhere else. We're going to play a guessing game to see where Melchior comes from. Melchior. Well, what I do know is Melchior is a name given to one of the three wise men. So maybe it's a play on that. Perhaps. As a guess? I don't know. Oh.
That is an interesting one.
Yes. A large nudnik, wearing a brightly coloured cloak of patchwork silks, orders several of his people to arm themselves and drive you out of the hall. But when you speak to them in their own language, a hush of astonishment fills the cavern. Never before have they encountered a human being who could actually speak their tongue. For some of them, it is too much to grasp, and they stare at you open-mouthed, their furry little arms hanging loosely by their sides. Then the large nudnik addresses you, saying he's the leader of this colony. His name is Gashgis.
For God's sake, Nudnik and Gashgis.
Yeah. That is how it's spelled. His name is Gashgis.
Oh, for God's sake.
He welcomes you and invites you to join him on top of a raised platform in the center of the chamber. Not a Duranese man, eh? Where are you coming from, eh? Questions Gashgis in his curious, squeaky Nudnik accent. You tell him that you are a Somlending and that you're on your way to Hammerdal. He looks at you nervously, then asks, "You're not a black screamer, eh?" You realize that the black screamer that Gashgis refers to are Helghast. You learn from him that 2 Helghast arrived in Tarnalin over 2 hours ago. They caused a panic in the main tunnel. Gashgis knows where they are lying in ambush, waiting for you to appear. Suddenly your nickname doesn't feel weird anymore.
I never played that game, Melchior. But my first console was a PS1.
Was that Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain? Was that the name of it?
Is that a different game or is that the same one? I can't remember.
Was it called Legacy of Kain? Yes. Was it made by?
Yeah, okay.
Was it made, Lord Melchior? Was it made by Eidos Interactive?
Oh, here's John's flex. Here we go.
Was it made by Eidos Interactive, based in Wimbledon, with an office in Birmingham? With an office in Birmingham, where I used to work.
There it is.
There it is. I was working for Eidos Interactive when that game was released, but I wasn't in the game development section at all. I was in the technical help department. So
I don't remember who made it. Oh.
I believe it was a. I don't know if we definitely published the PC version. I don't know if we did the PS1 version. Yeah, it was. I worked there from 1996 until 2001. Pretty much exactly 5 years between being hired and being made redundant. Nearly said fired then. I was made redundant. Right. Okay.
So good thing we followed him, eh?
Yeah. I'll show you the way past them, eh? He offers. You nod your agreement and follow him down the steps of the platform to the hall below. The Nudniks have overcome their shock and react to you now as if you're one of them. Before you leave, a pretty female Nudnik offers you some food for your journey ahead. There is enough for 2 meals. Excellent. We were down to 0 meals. There's enough for 2 meals in the frayed backpack she gives you. You may also keep the backpack if you need one. Yes, we do. Oh, yeah. We have the backpack. You thank her for her generosity and follow Gashgis along one of the many passages leading out of the cavern. After an hour of trekking through the near darkness, he stops and points towards a shaft of light that is pouring through a crevice in the far distance. Go left. You'll be safe, he says. You thank Gashgis for his help, and silently you thank the Kai masters who taught you the skill of animal kinship. Their many years of patient instruction probably saved you your life. You squeeze through a fissure in the rock wall and drop to the pathway below. You're thinking how kind and hospitable the Nudniks have been when you discover that one has stolen all of your gold. Adjust your action chart accordingly.
Ah, fuck. Malkia, did they make a PS2 sequel, or am I making that up?
Merp, yes, we play Merp.
Yes,
fortnightly on the Discord. But yes.
Where's the invite, John?
Where's what invite?
The Discord invite. Is it in the description?
I haven't done the description tonight very well.
Okay.
Oh, I have.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I think I did, actually.
You must have been on autopilot.
Yeah, I don't remember. I have been on autopilot a fair bit today, unfortunately. To continue along the tour.
They did. Okay. I thought so. I can't remember what it was called, but I played the PS2 version.
The Discord link is to my Discord, and we play Merp on alternate Saturdays. So yes, I know the Merp tables. I know those Merp tables well. Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance. Oh, I got made redundant in 2001, and then I sort of stopped playing new games for a while. I just sort of got stuck in a rut of playing a lot of the old games that I hadn't finished before because I was at a games company all day long. You don't always want to finish games when you get home from playing games. But so sort of about 2002 to 2010, I wasn't playing anything current because we were getting married, having kids. It can be said now I don't play anything particularly current. Anyway, where were we? You have covered nearly 3 miles before you see a group of wagons in the distance. They have been strung out across the highway to form a barricade. Soldiers in red uniforms line the roofs of the wagons, and a large number of people are crowded behind them. You can hear their excited chatter echoing along the tunnel. As you get closer, there is a sudden silence as all eyes turn to stare at you. A detachment of 10 soldiers led by a knight whose shield bears the royal arms of Duranor leaves the wagon barricade and advances towards you. Do we attack these soldiers, or do we raise our hands and continue to walk towards them?
Nope.
Nice one, Nokia. Well, you are welcome to join. So do we attack these soldiers, or do we raise our hands and walk towards them?
Who is it that says kick them in the nuts?
Hungar.
Yeah, there we go.
So you wish to kick them in the nuts?
Yep.
No, I say don't fight.
Oh, raise your hands on my own when you're.
Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it.
To my soul. All right now. All right. So everyone apart from Daniel is being very, very sensible and saying,
hey, we can always trust Dan to make the nonsensible choice. You know, if Lone Wolf had guns, Dan would say shoot him.
Yeah. Either you crack their nuts or they crack yours. Well, yeah, there is some logic to that. Right. Okay. 284. Cautiously, the soldiers surround you and take your weapons and backpack. In this instance, do not erase these from these action chart. Then the knight steps forward and raises the visor of his helm. Who are you? What is your purpose here in Tarnalin? He demands, in a stern voice. You tell him that you are a Kai warrior from Sommerland on an urgent mission to help to the court of King Alin. He seems unconvinced by your words until you show him the seal of Hamadal. Then, without hesitation, he orders his men to return all of your belongings, and he ushers you through the wall of wagons. Beyond, you can see a horse-drawn carriage waiting in the center of the crowded tunnel. He motions you to climb aboard. Back to Hamadal without delay, he orders the driver, and you are thrown back in your seat as the coach moves off at breakneck speed. You soon learn that this knight is Lord Axim of Rhyme, a commander of King Alin's personal bodyguard. He was on his way to Port Bax on an errand for the king when the Helghast entered Tarnalin. He and 10 soldiers were the only ones to survive a deadly encounter with these evil creatures. During your ride through the tunnel of Tarnalin, you must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. If you possess the Kai discipline of hunting, you are unable to use it in this instance. Okay, so we'll eat a meal. We do have 2, thanks to the Nudniks. The journey
How
to
much gold did they steal from us?
12.
Okay, it's not too much.
Yeah. If you possess the Kai discipline of hunting, you're unable to use it. The journey to the capital will take 5 hours, and you are advised by Lord Axim to get some rest while you have the chance. As slowly you drift off to sleep, you begin to dream about the Summer Sword. You picture a triumphant return to Homeguard and the defeat of Dark Lord Zagana's siege. Perhaps the dream is a good omen. It could be a premonition of things to come. There's not many choices to make at the moment. It's a bit of long reading. Sorry.
Might be a bit railroady, this bit.
Yeah, this book's a bit railroady. It's early morning on the 15th day of your quest when you open your eyes to the breathtaking spectacle of Hamadal, the mountain city, the capital of Duranor. Unlike other cities in the Last Lands, needs no man-made fortifications. The encircling peaks of the Hamadal range offer secure natural protection to the people of this splendid city. The carriage speeds through the lush farmlands that surround the city. In the approaching distance, you can see its many towers and wide tree-lined avenues. On a hill at the very center of Hamadal stands the King's Tower, a magnificent edifice constructed of glass and stone. As the carriage halts at the tower's gates, you suddenly realize for the first time that, as a wielder of the Summer Sword, your destiny is to become part of the oldest legend of the Last Lands. If you possess a magic spear, it is confiscated by the king's bodyguard to be destroyed. They have identified it as the incomplete Helghast Bluefire Spear, a weapon of evil crafted by the Dark Lords that could betray you in the future, or even endanger King Alin. So there we go.
If we fucking had the magic spear, we wouldn't have had it for long anyway.
No. Nice art. Very nice art. And
Aardvark?
196. Aardvark. Or is it from the drugs the nude chick put in the food? Yeah, well, yeah. King Alin IV sits alone in his domed tower, viewing his mountain domain through one of the many portals of Karanese glass. You and Lord Axim are formally announced as you enter the chamber, and you respectfully bow to the king. Then Lord Axim removes the seal of Hamadal from your finger and walks over to the king's side. Erase the seal of Hamadal from your sheet. Oh.
Are we not in Hamadal now, though?
No.
Oh.
For nearly an hour, they talk, their somber faces reflecting the seriousness of the situation. There's a short pause of silent meditation. Then King Alin suddenly arises from his throne and addresses you for the first time. Alas, the Dark Lords are in ascendance once more, and once more does Summerland come in search of our aid. I had prayed that my reign would be remembered as a time of peace and fulfillment, but alas, in my heart I knew it must be otherwise. The king removes a golden key from the pocket of his white robe and inserts it in a marble dais standing in the center of the chamber. A gentle humming fills the room as the stone cover slides back to reveal the hilt of a golden sword. Take the sword, Lone Wolf. It is foretold that only a true child of Summerland can release the powers that lie within its divine blade. As you grasp the sword's glowing hilt, a tingling sensation runs up your arm and radiates throughout your body. Okay, we have a sword. I'm just going to check
Is this the one that Omenel was talking about?
I think it might be. I believe the artist is the interior art is by Gary Chalk, Richard Sampson, and Francesco Mattioli. So it's not McCaig in these books, I believe. Gary Chalk, Richard Sampson, alias Nerdgore, and Francesco Mattioli. Okay, if we have the Kai discipline of Sixth Sense, turn to 79. We've picked some good disciplines, haven't we?
I think so.
This bit of the book is still very, very linear. Sorry, chat. Sorry, you're not getting very involved in this. The power that is coursing through your body so overwhelms your senses that you become oblivious to your surroundings. Instinctively, you raise the blade above your head where a shaft of sunlight catches upon its very tip and floods the chamber with a blinding glow. In this moment, the true power of the Summer Sword is revealed to you. This weapon was forged long ago before the Somlending. The Duerades of all the Dark Lords dwelt in northern Magnamund. Its divine maker was the god Kai himself, assisted by the Nuoma, the spirit-like demigods who serve him on the plane of light. To release the power that it contains, only a Kai may wield it. Should it be used in combat by anyone who is not a Kai warrior, its power will gradually fade until it is forever lost. The Summer Sword is a weapon-like special item. When used in combat, it will add 8 points to your combat skill. Okay, so we have the Summer Sword.
Whoa, 8 points?
Plus 8 points, yes.
Wow.
Or plus 10 if you possess the Kai discipline of weapon skill with sword, short sword, or broadsword. It may be treated like a one-handed sword regardless of your weapon skill bonus. Seasoned players seeking a more challenging experience may also read the alternative rules about this special item in the Power of the Summer Sword section in the appendix of this book. It has the ability to absorb any magic that is used against its bearer, and it doubles the endurance of all endurance points, doubles the total of all endurance points lost by undead enemies. For example, Helghast. It is the only goodly weapon in Magnamund that can destroy a Dark Lord, and it's for this reason that Dark Lord Zagana is hell-bent on thwarting your quest. So it does. Yeah, so it absorbs any magic used against its bearer and doubles the total of endurance points lost by undead enemies.
And gives us 8 bonus to our combat
Yeah,
skill.
this is it's if you know your D&D, this is the Holy Avenger of Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
Holy Avenger in D&D is a +5 holy sword in the hand of a paladin. It can, I believe, it can do dispel magic. And it's got all sorts of other powers in the hands of a paladin. So it's properly rock hard. Yeah.
Interesting.
The fact that it's +5 to hit.
I mean, it sounds like now it makes sense why Archlord Zingano wants to kill us.
Yeah.
Because he wants to stop us getting that sword, the only thing that can kill him.
Yeah. You now realize you hold the only instrument of power in Magnamund that can save your people. Slowly, the glowing light fades, and you become aware of Lord Axim's hand upon your shoulder. Come, Lone Wolf, there is much to prepare for your return to Summerland. You sheath the Summer Sword in its jeweled scabbard and follow Lord Axim as he leaves the King's chamber. Make the necessary adjustments to your combat skill total. Now you possess the Summer Sword. Be sure to note the powers of this powerful weapon under the special items section of your action chart. So double damage undead
Hmm.
and absorb magic. And our combat skill goes up to 27. It was 19. It's it went to 20 with a magic sword, but obviously we've got to stop using that broadsword plus
Yeah, so
one.
drop down 1 and then +8 again.
Yeah, plus 8 again. Halakar, you are a star. Halakar,
Oh, what's he
you
done this
are
time?
a star.
Oh, legend, mate.
Yes. Oh. Who did it get? Who did it get? Name them. Any names you recognize? He's thinking. You got some good peeps. Okay. I'm going to have a look.
Oh, there it
I'm gonna
is.
have a
He
look.
said it. He just said it.
Oh.
Marhawkman,
Marhawkman.
Anders, Arisian, You're Wrong, Boguslaw, and Barney Fraggles. There's 2 regulars on there.
Marhawkman and You're Wrong are quite frequently in the streams. Barney Fraggles has been in the streams. I don't recognize the others. But that might just be me being forgetful. Okay. So there we go. Look, we have the Summer Sword. There it is. Look at that. Glorious, long pointy thing.
As we say in Dark Souls, praise the sun.
I've never played Dark Souls.
There's a covenant you can join, and basically it's all about praising the sun.
And Daniel's getting in on the action now. Look. Thank you, Daniel. Ooh.
Yeah, I got to bounce, guys. See you in the morning.
All right.
No worries,
Cheers,
Dan.
Daniel.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. And Brian knows your praise the sun thing as well.
Brian knows what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Brian.
But I'm going to put Daniel back on stream because
money.
Yes. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel's a good sort. Daniel is running his first game of OSE tomorrow.
Oh.
He's running the early session.
This is
Cheers.
official.
Thank you, Halakar. Yes, it is. Cheers. Thank you, Halakar. Thank you very, very much. And have a safe journey home.
Is he going? Oh, see you later, mate. Take care.
So, we do continue.
At least now, we get to book 3, and if we continue from there, we'll always have the Summer Sword.
Absolutely. The muster of the army and the preparation of the Duranese fleet takes 14 days to complete, during which time you remain as a guest of the king in Hamadal. As each day passes, you despair for your besieged countrymen of Hungard and pray that they have enough strength to resist the forces of Dark Lord Zagana until you're able to return. Every day of your reluctant exile, you devote long periods to exercise and meditation. You're also visited by a Duranese herb warden called Madin Rendalim. He is famous throughout the Last Lands for his knowledge and skill in the healing arts. He restores all the endurance points you may have lost so far on your adventure, which is none because we've got the Kai Discipline of Healing. He gives you an especially potent Lormspur potion that will restore 5 endurance points.
Okay.
It's a backpack item. So Lormspur.
Does that mean we can use it outside of combat?
Yes, after combat.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Madin Rendalim is also the bearer of some sad news. The body of Lord Lieutenant Rygar has been found in the forest near to the entrance to Tarnalin. From the nature of his fatal wounds, it's believed he was killed by Helghast. If you have the Kai Discipline of Sixth Sense, turn to 97.
No.
Give chat choices.
I know, right?
During rigorous training exercises with the Summer Sword, you have become aware that your Kai Discipline of Sixth Sense is more sensitive than it has ever been before. You knew exactly the nature of Madin Rendalim's sad news before he actually told you. You may find that your improved sixth sense will be an important advantage upon your return to Homeguard. Yes, I think that's the best of the disciplines, personally.
Yeah, Lone Wolf's got his own spider sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. We've still got a bit to do.
Oh.
It is early in the morning of the 33rd day of your quest when you ride into Port Bax with Lord Axim at your side. The preparations for war have been completed. The galleons of the Duranese war fleet lie at anchor in the harbour, impatiently awaiting the order to set sail for Summerland. On board each ship are many brave soldiers from the Mountain Kingdom, a tough army of skilled warriors eager to face Dark Lord Zagana's forces in battle. Each man has sworn to avenge their besieged Somlending allies or die in the attempt. You are able to sail back to Homeguard aboard the flagship Duranor, a warship whose great curving prow and tall masts emphasize its sheer power and strength. You and Lord Axim are taken aboard and welcomed by Admiral Calfan, commander of the fleet, and then the fleet prepares to set sail. In less than an hour, the harbour of Port Bax lies far behind you. The domes of the city are now merely dots on the horizon. It says to pick a number from the random number table, which is 0 to 9. So we will roll a d10. I'm not sharing it. Oh, shit. I forgot to do that.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to present, share screen, select window or screen, Albert Rodeo, and allow. Here we go. There it is. There it is. Can I make that bigger? Oh, no. 3. 216. For 3 days and nights, the mighty fleet of Duranor steers swiftly towards the Homeguard. A strong following wind is filling the sails of the great warships. But although the voyage is swift, the soldiers' confidence and eagerness for battle slowly fades. It is as if their will is being drained by some invisible vampire spirit. Lord Axim is close to despair. This black mood that haunts our decks is the evil work of Dark Lord Zagana. I know the Dark Lord sorcerers have the power to turn a man's mind, but the curse that befalls us is a sorcery we cannot even see to destroy. How I pray that this spell would end, for even if we arrive at our destination, I fear that we are too weak in body and spirit to defeat our hated foe. As if in answer to his prayer, the black curse seems to lift from the fleet with the dawning of the next day. But the black mood is replaced by a new threat that is far deadlier. Ho 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 ho.
Let me guess. Go on. What the hell is that?
A veil of sea fog has rolled across the placid ocean from the broken spine of the land known as the Cullunden Isles. Strange, dark shapes are lurking in the mist. If you possess a crystal star pendant, you notice rays of yellow light are now radiating from it. They are growing larger, and slowly the indistinct outline of several ships becomes plain to see. All hands on deck, the Admiral's cries repeated along the many decks of the Duranese fleet. Prepare for battle! As the black ships approach from out of the fog, a horrific sight befalls you. They are death hulks, sunken ships crewed by the living corpses of drowned sailors. They have been summoned to the surface by dark wizardry, and they are closing fast for battle. Suddenly the fog vanishes completely, and now you can see that the death hulks are strung out in a line which bars the entrance to the home gulf. In the center of the enemy formation is their sinister flagship. Swiftly it turns and sails towards you, a huge ram protruding from its black barnacled prow. At the head of the ram, as the head of the ram rips its way through the hull of the Duranor, you hear the Admiral's last desperate order. Abandon ship! You are now in the thick of the enemy fleet, and the Duranor is sinking fast. Do we jump onto the deck of the Death Hulk flagship, or do we dive into the sea and try to swim to the safety of another Duranese ship? Cheers, Lord Melchior. Ta-ta.
Sorry, I was on mute. See you later, mate.
So, if you, do we jump onto the deck or do we dive into the sea?
No, jump on deck. I'm thinking diving into the sea, we're done.
Board them. I think everybody's going for the heroic option here. You land on the rotting timbers and crash straight through them to the deck below. You are unharmed by the fall, but the stench of decay that now fills your nostrils is overwhelming. You clamber to your feet and unsheath the summer sword. 4 ghastly zombies stagger out of the gloom, their eye sockets glowing with scarlet flames and their twisted hands extended towards your throat. Hello, Coco. Frying pan on fire. Well, I think it's only a simmering frying pan, thankfully. You must fight these gruesome creatures as one enemy. We absolutely dominate them in terms of fighting ability. So we are now fighting them, and we do double damage because they are undead. 5. We have a greater than 10 combat bonus against them. Ooh, got the burps. So we do, with our damage against them doubled, 28 damage to them in a single hit, and we take 1 point of damage. That's massive. We've killed them straight away. If you win the fight, turn to 258. The cloying stench of the ship is making you choke. Lose 1 endurance point. Okay. You must get out of this vile-smelling hold, or you fear you will suffocate. We've got 6th sense, so it tells us to turn to 272.
Wow, 6th sense really is the best power, isn't it?
It is. Someone or something is approaching the door of the ship's hold from the other side. If you were to climb out through the shattered decking, you would leave your legs vulnerable to attack from below. However, there is no other way out of this fetid place. You sense that an evil creature is coming closer. Its power is greater than that of the zombie crewmen. You place your trust in the power of the summer sword to protect you from the approaching evil, and you raise its golden blade in readiness for combat. Ooh, I'm glad we have the summer sword against this thing, because this would have kicked our ass without it. The door bursts open and in rushes a Hellgast, its black sword raised high above its ghastly head. You strike the creature a powerful blow and open a terrible gash in its chest. It lets out a hideous shriek and staggers backwards. Although badly wounded, it quickly summons its supernatural strength, leaping forward in a frenzied attack. You must fight this fell creature to the death. It's got a combat skill of 22, so we would be, yeah.
Is that all?
Is that all? We would have been at the mercy of the dice very much.
Yes.
It would have been slightly in its favor, I think.
Yes.
First round, 7. We do double damage against you, remember, and we have a +5 net.
Is a Hellgast undead?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, the result here for a 7 is enemy -12, lone wolf -0. And we do double damage.
So that's 24.
You know your 12 times table.
I know maths.
It has 20 points of endurance. We've killed it in the first round. Oh,
This
That's the
sword is
difference.
OP.
it is. This sword is heavily overpowered. Heavily overpowered.
Hey, it's not like we haven't earned it though.
Oh yeah, we've had to put up with this railroady book.
I know, right?
Book 2, not as good as the first book.
Book
Hello,
1,
Nerds Club.
fantastic.
Oh, book 1 was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You make your way up a flight of stairs and onto the crowded deck. A fierce battle rages all around you as the Duranese fleet is engulfed by the rush of the ghostly Death Hulks. Suddenly, a flash of searing flame shoots from a tower at the rear of the Death Hulk you're on and explodes into the side of a Duranese warship less than 50 yards away. You watch with horror as soldiers leap from the deck with their clothes and hair aflame. Do we investigate the tower or do we jump overboard?
The summer sword is giving us big dick energy. We're going to check the tower out.
That's a soldier leaping from the deck into the water on fire. Artwork. Yep. Investigate tower. Yes, tower.
I told you, summer sword is big dick energy.
Oh yes. Rah. It just means it's going to throw creatures at us with like 25 to 30 attack power in the next book, doesn't it?
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else voting? Ten lords are leaping. 9 ladies dancing. Is it? No. Yeah. 8 maids are milking. Got that one. Tower. So we've got 4 votes for tower and 8 people not voted. No votes for jumping overboard. So let us go for the tower. 328. I'm glad the book is finishing with a bang. Two zombies try to block your passage. Who were? Sorry. I was being smutty. 2 zombies tried to block your passage. You're muted, Iman.
I missed it. I got it the second time you said it.
Yeah. But you cleave them in half with one sweep of the glowing summer sword. You're at the foot of the tower, and you can see a hunchbacked man swathed in crimson robes above you. He wears a tall, curved tokmor, a magician's headdress. Ah, is that what they're called? Tokmor.
Didn't know that. There you go.
Tokmor. Even if they're not really called that, then they can be now. It bears the emblem of a writhing. Yeah, cool word. It bears the emblem of a writhing serpent. In his right hand, he is holding a black staff.
Is that the same as the tattoo that we saw on the guys in book 1?
Okay. If you have visited the ruins of Romas, yes, we have. Turn to 113.
Was that book 1?
I can't remember. He is Vonatar the traitor, renegade wizard from the Magician's Guild of Turan. He's a master of the Brotherhood's magic, and he now possesses even greater dark magical powers, which Dark Lord Zugana himself has bestowed upon him, uniting the 2 opposite paths of magic for the first time in history. It was Vonatar's agent who tried to assassinate you during your quest, and now you're looking at his evil face. A chilling memory floods your mind. You're not entirely sure, for you arrived too late to see him closely, but you suspect that this hunchback man is the sorcerer who was present when your old Kai tutor, Master Stormhawk, was murdered. It was during a reconnaissance mission to determine the purpose of a Gaiac war party, which had infiltrated the northern Derncrags months before the monastery was attacked. It is he who commands the Death Hulk fleet. Destroy Vonatar, and you will destroy the evil force which gives power to the Death Hulks and their crews. Right, we have a choice here. I think I know what you're going to pick. If you wish to if you climb the tower, okay, these are the options. Climb the tower and attack Vonatar, or jump overboard.
Climb the tower.
Sure, Piglet wants to jump in the sea.
I think the jump overboard option is used for if you didn't manage to get the Summer Sword.
Possibly.
Just to give you a way out to get to the third book.
Possibly. Run away! Run away! Climb the tower and slay him. Yes. So we're on 3-1 at the moment.
If he's the one who killed our master, or at least ordered his execution, he deserves to die.
Absolutely. Attack! Attack! Okay. Yeah. You've come round to it, haven't you, Sure, Piglet?
Yes, that's it, Piglet.
You're not Justin, are you?
Justin would say 10 left.
Yes, he would. Yeah, he would say go left. Yes. So 73. The climb is very difficult, for you only have one hand free. The other holds the glowing hilt of the Summer Sword. You eventually reach the rim of the tower and quickly hook a leg over a narrow ledge. You're about to enter the tower and attack when a thin voice makes you freeze in your tracks. How I shall delight in the irony of your death, Lone Wolf. The sorcerer is standing in the far corner of the tower. The twisted fingers of his right hand are pointing at your head. Your quest has failed, Lone Wolf. Now you must die. There's a crack like thunder. Then a blinding flash of orange flame shoots from his hand directly towards your face. We've got the Summer Sword, haven't we? In a fraction of a second, the searing burst of flame changes direction in midair and is drawn towards the blade of the Summer Sword. The bolt of energy disappears into the golden blade like water into a drain. The sorcerer curses you, pulls a jewel from his ornate Tokmor and throws it at your feet. There's a flash of scarlet flame and a cloud of choking green gas billows up into your face, filling your nostrils with its acidic smell. You are forced to jump to the deck below to avoid the poisonous gas, and you catch a glimpse of the sorcerer as he frantically paddles a small boat away from the Death Hulk flagships. Do we dive into the sea and swim after him, or do we fight our way back to a Duranese warship? Go after him, or go back to one of our warships?
So we just absorbed his fire.
Oh. We have. Summer Sword has.
I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough one. Because I feel like if we follow him, then we won't be much good fighting in the water. What's chat saying?
Coco wants to go back and get him next book. Brian says chase after him. Straw Piglet's very non-committal. They're the vote for follow.
2-1 for follow at the moment.
Yeah. 2 votes for follow.
Shit, I don't know. I'm stuck here. I'm really stuck because I could see death in both ways.
Yeah. This could be one of those where, yeah, we need more people voting. Jeb, okay, Jeb, right. We've confronted a sorcerer. He's escaped on a boat. Do we dive into the sea and swim after him, or do we try and fight our way back to a warship that's on our side?
I'm gonna say fight our way back. Don't chase him.
Okay. Well, Coco B reckons to go back and get him next book. So we're at 3-2 at the moment to go back to a warship. Only 2 people have said follow. Five people have voted. 6 people are lurking. 6 people are dirty lurkers. Right, okay. So we're now at 4-2, I believe. Space Canuck Man goes for follow. Oh no, that makes us 3-3 actually, because Straw Piglet had already voted. So yeah, we're at 3-3 with Space Canuck Man's follow. Yeah, draw them out with insults. Yes. Speaking of insults, my twat video sadly didn't get too many views. I was quite sad about that. I thought it'd get a few more views, my twat video. I thought people might find it amusing. It is, of course, meant to be silly.
I found it quite amusing.
Yeah. When I put the word twat across me at the end. Yeah. Having just
Visual storytelling.
Yeah. Having just berated Americans for pronouncing it incorrectly. So we're at 3-3. Anybody gonna change a vote? Any lurker gonna commit to a vote? Lurkers, dirty lurkers. I hates it, I do. The nasty little hobbitses are lurking. Hello, Mercurius. You've arrived at a good time. We need you to decide. Do we dive into the sea to swim after a bad guy, or do we fight our way back to our ship? I'm not going to give you any of the background, but those are our choices. Do we chase after a bad guy, or do we fight our way back to our ship?
Putting Mercurius in the hot seat.
Put Mercurius. Oh, yeah. He's Australian, so he's probably there going, "Cripes, mate."
You put me on the spot here. Wow, actually, that was not too bad.
So, cheers, Mercurius. Cheers, Mercurius.
What are you like, mate?
What is
Legend.
he like? What is he like? And he says chase after the bad guy. Of course.
Fuck.
He's an old-fashioned good guy. That's what it is. Hello, TK Yang.
What would Sir Devere do?
Probably go after him. And
Would
he'd
he?
jump into the water with all his armor on and sink because he's stupid.
Yeah. Or be stood there taking all his armor off, by which time he's already escaped.
Yeah, I mean, Coco, you're allowed to prefer the wrong way, but you just got to accept it's wrong. That's all. And it sounds better with the harsh short. So, Mercurius has told us to dive into the sea and swim after him. Charge! Blinking the foul water from your eyes, you can see that the flagship of the Death Hulk is now fiercely ablaze. Black smoke is pouring out from the decks, and tongues of orange and yellow flame flicker all the way along its rotten black hull. Little piece of art there, just a little piece of art. Burning ship.
Holocar, please work your magic. Who got those memberships?
He's on his way home. He's driving home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's gone. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Suddenly, I'll have a look in a moment. Suddenly, you are aware of the beating of wings directly above you. You are shocked to see a Kran hovering overhead, trying to grab at you with its sharp claws. Its hooked talons catch your cloak, and suddenly you are snatched up into the air. But it's to be a short flight as you draw the summer sword and thrust it upwards into the soft belly of the creature. With a shriek of agony, it releases its grip and lets you fall. You gasp a prayer to Ishir that luck will be on your side and that you will land safely. We'll find out. We'll find out in a moment. I'm just going to look and see who got the things. To get to my own channel, I have to go into the studio, into the creator, and then go to my content and go to my current stream.
That's a palaver.
It is. Then I go to my current one.
I should have just done it.
And there we go. Right. So who got those? Come on, chat load.
It's all right, Straw Figlet. I know the struggle.
Midu got membership.
Let's go.
WCZ, WCZ, WCZ. Patrick
No
Fitzpatrick. Oh, does he now? Nerdy Ogre and TKASN. TKNASN. So Nerdy Ogre and Midu. We know those names. We know those names.
We had a face reveal from Midu last week in the Mafia game.
We did.
Looking
We did have a face. Yes. He dressed up for the occasion. Luck is with you. You land safely on the deck of the Calcam, a Duranese warship. The soldiers here have fought a desperate battle and have repulsed the enemy. Now they are cutting the grappling ropes that are keeping the ship tied to a Death Hulk. From out of the smoke strides Lord Axim, his face blooded and his shield scarred by many sword cuts. Thank the gods you are alive, Lone Wolf. The fight here has been bitter and our losses are high, but I am heartened indeed to see you standing before me now, he says, and leads you to the ship's rail. Look yonder. Their flagship is ablaze. Through the fog of war, you can see that the huge Death Hulk is slowly sinking beneath a plume of dense black smoke. The Calcam is eventually cut free, and slowly it maneuvers out of the tangle of battle wreckage. A wind begins to stir, filling its tattered sails and carrying away the smoke of battle. Lord Axim orders the royal arms of Duranor to be hoisted aloft so that other ships can now rally to the Calcam. For the first time since the battle began, you can now see all the other Duranese ships. It is an amazing sight. For as the enemy flagship sinks beneath the waves, so every Death Hulk on the horizon upends and returns to its watery grave. Their sorcery is broken. We have won the battle, says Lord Axim. And within the space of a few short minutes, not one of the Death Hulks remains to be seen. Good night, Keith. Are you off?
See you later, Bloodborne buddy.
70 Duranese warships left Port Bax, but only 50 now enter the home Gulf. The battlers claimed many brave men, including Admiral Calfan, who died aboard the flagship Duranor, the first ship to be sunk in the engagement. Yet despite the heavy losses, a great victory has been won by the Duranese, a victory which infuses them with a revitalized strength and resolve, so that the past ordeal of both the voyage and the battle are now forgotten. As their optimism and determination return, all are eager to reach Homeguard and raise the siege. It is dusk on the 37th day of your quest when you sight the spires of Homeguard on the horizon. The city still stands defiantly against the army of Dark Lord Zargana, although it has been constantly under siege since you left. Flickering in the darkness, you can see the small fires which are burning throughout the capital. A confident Lord Axim joins you at the prow. The moonless sky will aid us this night. We shall enter the harbour unseen. Come the dawn, my men will scatter this wretched foe like dead leaves upon the wind of a storm. As you enter Homeguard harbour at the head of the Duanese fleet, you unsheath the golden summer sword and prepare to fulfill your destiny. Turn to 350. I can tell you now, 350 is the last one of the book. So this is us completing this book. Here we go. Homeguard has suffered greatly since your departure. Many of the shops and houses you remember passing on your way to the quayside are now little more than smouldering heaps of ash. Dark Lord Zagana's army has besieged the main walls of the city for several weeks, and it is surrounded by their evil engines of war. The flaming arcs of fireballs can continually be seen shooting through the pre-dawn twilight, raining down flame and destruction on the city streets. It is a testimony to the bravery and resourcefulness of the capital that these many fires have quickly been contained and not allowed to spread. The citizens fight the fires as best they can, but they are hungry and they are desperately exhausted. All know it is only a matter of a few days before they are forced to surrender. At first, as it enters the harbour, the fleet is mistaken for the enemy, and wailing cries of despair can be heard all along the quay. But as the first of the soldiers set foot in the city and unfurl the royal arms of Duranor, the news of your safe return spreads quickly. The cries of despair have changed to a chorus of cheers. The Kai have now returned. You are met on the quayside by King Ulnar himself, and he welcomes you back to Homeguard with open arms. Upon seeing that you possess the summer sword, he details a company of his royal guard to escort you at once to the barbican of the city's main gate, by way of a passage that runs from the King's Keep to the North Watch Tower, and permits you to move undetected and safely through the city. You are standing at the top of the Grand Watchtower, high above the barbican of the city's north gate, when the first light of dawn creeps slowly over the eastern horizon. Thousands upon thousands of the black-clad enemy are massed around the city walls, huddled like loathsome insects in the trenches that scar the Homeguard plain. In the midst of this horde, a great red tent has been erected, bearing the symbol of a broken skull. It is the mark of Zagana, Lord of all Karg, Archlord of Helgadad. His great ambition is the destruction of Homeguard. His fiercest desire is to lead his army personally to victory over the House of Ulnar and claim Summerland for his own. But victory is not to be his this day. Instinctively, you raise a summer sword high above your head. The first shaft of dawn sunlight catches upon the tip of the golden sword, and a brilliant flash of blinding white flame runs the entire length of the blade. The power of the summer sword electrifies you. It is the most incredible sensation you have ever experienced. Your senses reel, and your mind becomes completely focused. Now your body and mind are in complete harmony, and you react instinctively. You lower the summer sword and point the blade towards the red battle tent of Dark Lord Zagana. There is a mighty roar as the power of the sun sword increases, and a deafening crack when it is unleashed in a searing white beam of fiery energy. The tent explodes, and a brilliant fireball of billowing white flame mushrooms skyward. Above the noise of the destruction, a long and terrible sound rends the air. It is the death cry of Dark Lord Zagana. The leader of this evil army has been destroyed. Gripped with fear and panic, the vast black army rises up from their trenches and runs in chaos from the battered walls of Homeguard. The impossible has happened. Their invincible master has been slain. Again, the summer sword has returned to defeat them. King Ulnar commands the army and the allies of Duranor to ride out of the city gates in pursuit of the panic-stricken enemy as they flee back towards the Derncrag Mountains. Victory is sealed with the destruction of Zagana's defeated army, and the glory of this great victory is yours. Homeguard and its citizens have been spared, and the murder of the Kai has finally been avenged. But for you, Lone Wolf, a life of high adventure has only just begun. A new and deadly challenge awaits you and the summer sword in the Caverns of Khalt. Yes, we did. We laser beamed him. No, we didn't.
Damn, we destroyed the Archlord just like that.
We did, yes.
No
Yes.
way. That's gotta be BS.
No, we did. We just laser beamed him.
No
Yeah.
way.
We zapped
What?
him.
We
We
didn't
zapped
even
him.
fight him.
Oh, I forgot to give you some artwork. There we go.
Oh my God.
Big.
Look at that. Oh yeah, we zapped his ass.
We did indeed. We did indeed. We did indeed.
Although I gotta say, I do like the mental image of Lone Wolf just on a high up place, just going.
You're wrong. Says I'm late. Start over. Tough titty poos. That's what I say. That book has taken a full 4 sessions. We did die twice, didn't we?
Yes, due to the random tables.
Yeah. I mean, it finished. It had a really good bit. I think that bit at sea was pretty good, pretty dramatic. But it's a very linear book, unfortunately. So
that bit, the second bit at sea, was better than the first bit. The first bit just felt
absolutely.
really.
Yeah. The first bit was very random. I mean, I think the book's got good flavour. It's just a little too linear. The first book had a lot more choice to it. But
Yes.
storyline's solid. Right. Let's have a little look. Okay. When we start the next one, we will get to choose another thing.
A Kai discipline.
Actually, we can make the choice now. We can
Certainly.
make the choice now. Right.
What
What
are
do you
our
want?
options?
What do you want? We've got camouflage. Hold on.
I'm gonna put my.
Hold on. We've got camouflage. We've got hunting. We've got sixth sense. We've got tracking. We've got healing. Oh no, we haven't got tracking. So we could go for tracking. We could go for a weapon skill. We could go for mind blast, or we could go for mind over matter.
See, I'm thinking, right, that seeing as we have the summer sword now, we know we're gonna have that, and it might be good to just have the weapon skill as well. Although we might not need it.
The problem with weapon skill is you don't choose the weapon. You have to roll on the table.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we would have a 1, 2, 3. We'd have a 40% chance of it being the right one.
Bad.
So our choices again are tracking, weapon skill, mind blast, or mind over matter.
Right, I'll go with mind over matter.
Mind over matter allows it's a telekinesis power. We've only had 1 or 2 options to use it, but they seem to be useful times. Mind blast gives you extra combat skill in certain combats. So it's mind blast is basically +2 to your combat skill against non-immune creatures, which seem to be undead at the moment. Tracking has come up, yes.
I think tracking came up way more in the first book.
It did, yeah.
It could be useful though.
So basically, a weapon is a +2 combat skill, but it might be a bit of a trap one because we might just not get the right weapon. Mind blast is +2 combat skill against creatures that aren't immune to mind blasts. Mind over matter is telekinesis. We had a couple of moments where we could have used it I think it was late in the first book, and tracking. So right, we've got 3 votes for tracking and 2 for mind over matter at the moment.
That including mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So You're Wrong has gone for tracking. Coco has gone for tracking, and Straw Piglet's gone for tracking. And Mercurius and Iman have both gone for Mind Over Matter. So who hasn't voted? Brian hasn't voted. I think everybody
That's
else.
what I was going to say. You need a Nightbot thing for people to vote. You know how you got
Do
one
I?
to like the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Vote.
could do one to like get
Cast
people to vote.
your votes. Oh, you went for tracking twice. Okay. Well, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. Space Canuck Man's gone for tracking as well. Need a Nightbot dice roller too. Yeah, possibly. Okay, John Scotto's gone for tracking. We're going to take tracking. Hello, John Scotto. You've been lurking, haven't you? Yes, we did win. We did win. So, you just got it. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. We've just finished the book, John.
We didn't just win. We won in spectacular fashion.
Yeah. We smashed the Dark Lord Zakana. So, and we're just planning for next session where we're going to be starting the Caverns of Cult, and we're just choosing the Kai discipline to take for our level up, which we'll start the next book with a combat skill of 27, 21 endurance, 7 Kai disciplines now, no cash, 1 meal. We have a fur blanket. We have Lorm Spur, which gives us +5 endurance, and of course we are wielding the Summer Sword, so we're badass. We do actually have a spare mace, or we could have a spare broadsword +1, whichever. Hey ho. And that's it, I think. Put something up down here. Red something. Red. Oh, Red Pass. We've used that before.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Used that. Yeah. So that completes our reading for this session. Thankfully, I haven't heard my phone go. I don't think anyone's heard my phone buzz or anything.
No, I haven't.
So there's no messages. No messages from the wife. No news is good news. So fingers crossed. But as I said, he has to come off the medication that is keeping him alive tomorrow. So it all depends how his body deals with the infection now.
Yeah.
Ow. So, and I you know what? We'll have an Ask Us Anything for the next 10 minutes or so. It's only been a short stream. Chat. Ooh. Ask us some questions. Go on. Ask us anything at all. I don't care. Whatever you want to ask.
Oh God, here come the weird questions.
Yeah. The really weird ones I'll pass over to you, but I'll answer.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah,
by all means.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? Give us a weird question, we'll give you a weird answer. Give us a stupid question, we'll give you a stupid answer. Give us a good question, we'll give you a good answer.
What's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Oh, isn't that from Monty Python?
You've answered his question with a question. Isn't that from Monty Python? Is a question.
European.
Give an answer. No, you got to reply African or European, haven't you, to that?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking. I did say European.
Yeah. I do know they're not I know the fastest birds in existence are the peregrine falcons that can stoop at 120 miles an hour, something ridiculous.
Yes. Only when diving, but yes.
The fastest birds in consistent horizontal flight is the eider duck. They can maintain 30 miles an hour speed solidly, roughly.
Freaking hell, that's impressive.
It is, yes. Right. Do we still play face-to-face D&D or other RPGs? Yes, on a Monday night. Yes, I do. Play or run games on a Monday night.
My favorite color is green. It's no surprise there.
I tend to like. In fact, that's pretty close to my favorite sort of color. That sort of dark purple sort of thing. Monty Python or Fry and Laurie. Oh, that's a toughie. That is a toughie.
Oh, hey, man, how's it going?
Iman has never played a face-to-face role-playing game.
I played one game of Warhammer 40k when I was in I was looking for university game. But but that's it. Game. That was my only sort of thing that was even close to this. Yeah. But yeah, never done a face-to-face thing, which I hope to at the UK Games Expo with the guys when we meet.
Absolutely. We're going to have a game of something on the evening, aren't we? On the Games Expo. So, it'll be your first.
I would say, okay, so yeah, I don't know. It'll be weird because I'm not used to sort of sitting down at a table with other people to play a game. It's normally like always been online. You know, I'm of the generation where you go online and play Call of Duty with your mates.
You'll have when we do that, you'll have already spent about 8 or 9 hours with us. You'll have watched us consume food and spill it down ourselves. You'll have watched us get beer froth in our beards. We'll have burped and farted in front of you. We'll have moaned about being old. So yeah, you'll be one of us by then.
I'd say overall, I would say Fry and Laurie is better, but only because I can relate to it more.
I lean towards Monty Python, but they're all good. They're all good. I lean towards Monty Python on that one.
But Fry and Laurie, Brian's got a question.
Is there a Monty Python book game that uses this format? I do not know. I do not know.
For Coco, my best advice for playing a Bears Palladium game is just have fun, but also take it seriously. That's it. Yeah.
The thing to do with Bears games is what he'll do is he will drop you little nuggets and bits of lore, and little sort of things. And what he likes about my play in that is I grasp hold of them and I run wild with them. And he appreciates that. So pay attention to the lore. Pick up on the little details he drops in and go with them, and he'll appreciate it. Because he runs a very lore-rich game.
It's literally 3 rules: have fun, take it seriously, don't be a dick. That's it. Yeah. And that's what I do, and it seems to work. It worked so well that I got voted MVP one session.
Portable hole or cloak of invisibility? I know the answer to this one, and I know why.
I don't get the reference.
They're D&D magic items.
Oh, okay. I'll just say the second one because it's also in Harry Potter.
Okay. Portable hole, because it's a portable toilet as well, and I wouldn't want to take a dump inside my cloak of invisibility and get it dirty.
Huh.
Good life philosophy is don't be a dick. Yes, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Pretty much.
What and why? What and why? Well, I'd say.
What is this?
That was not what I was expecting.
What is that in relation to?
What for the portable hole or cloak of invisibility?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Right. OSR/OSE or BX and advanced. In terms,
I can't even answer that question. Sorry.
Well, it's difficult for me to go with an either or on that because my version of AD&D is my preferred version of AD&D uses bits of basic D&D in there, like initiative and surprise. I use basic D&D's version of that rather than AD&D's, but I prefer the character classes and the richness of the of AD&D. But So I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying running OSE Advanced with the advanced options. I think it adds a really neat depth to it. So I'm going to go for, at the moment, I love OSE Advanced, but my nostalgia is mostly with AD&D. So OSE Advanced for me.
The only D&D that I've played is the OSC that John has run. So whatever that is, that's my vote.
I like what Osric did as well, because Osric is basically a more understandable version. But Advanced OSE is excellent. Really, really good. Really neatly laid out. I just love the flavor of AD&D with the adventures, the modules. I love them to bits.
Straw Piglet's got a question. I have no idea what it means.
Yeah, I mean, I'm running Advanced OSE, and I give players the option. They can run with race as class, or they can run with class and race. It's up to them. So we've got Dwarf Fighter, we've got Elf Thief, but we've got Half Orc and Halfling.
Yes, I'm a half orc.
Yeah, and we can be a Half Orc Barbarian type if you want. I just like gives people the choice, which is nice.
Straw Piglet says half ogre or tabaxi, whatever that is.
Right, half ogre. Right, so a half ogre means a human being has shagged an ogre.
Right.
A tabaxi means a human being has shagged a cat.
Oh.
I'm going to have to go for a half ogre because it doesn't stimulate the furries.
That's a good shout, actually. I was going to pick the other one just because it reminds me of the Khajiit from Skyrim. They all speak like with that same tone, like, "Hey, my name's Jizargo."
Yeah. But half ogres and tabaxi as monsters, yes. As player characters, no. You're winning Dolmen. I've heard good things about Dolmenwood. Haven't got it. We're running it in our own silly setting of a weekend, aren't we? Oh, you just join in occasionally.
Me?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
you can see my OSCs
Palladium's
up there on my shelves, which are now nicely laden
organized
with books and modules and things like that, and there's a few box sets and stuff. So, and a lot of papers and printouts and things are in that box down below, and there's about 2 boxes worth downstairs that still need to be sorted. That I'm going to have to go in those sort of plastic boxes as well. But my decent original stuff is all on the shelves now. Apart from 3 books that are at Joker's house. My friend Jordan's got one of my books. Can't think of where the others. Elric or Conan. Right. Well, I banished myself to the attic, but I'm turning the attic into my man cave because I now have 2 screens. I'm going to get a good gaming PC up here. I'm planning, my wife doesn't know, I'm planning on getting a good steering wheel and pedals so I can do some good some rally driving games. I enjoy those, but I'm planning on getting a decent desk as well, which can have 3 monitors on it rather than just the 2 at the moment. So a bigger desk. So this is becoming my man cave. I banished myself. Elric or Conan, I have read neither. I know about Elric. I know about Conan from the Conan the Barbarian films. And from what I know about the flavor of Elric, I think I would probably prefer that. but I've read neither because I'm not a big reader of fiction, unfortunately. Well, I am a qualified rally driver. I just haven't competed for 11 years. I hold a national A grade rally license, and did 35 events, I think it was, over 7 years, which helps my driving in difficult driving conditions. Doesn't have much effect on anything else though. But I had to quit because I ran out of money. So
just casually flexing again.
Yeah, my car only had 50 horsepower though. You've seen my car though, haven't you? You've seen.
Hey, Aman, if you join the Discord, I think there's some videos in there that John shared of his rally driving. There's a few on YouTube.
Yes, I know Elric is the source of the law versus chaos, and I know Stormbringer is was what Black Razor in S2 was.
Hey, John, check out your wrongs comment.
Running from the police doesn't make you a race car driver, silly. Well. Shall we get my picture up? Where's my nice picture? Well, I'm sharing that. I'm just gonna mute this for now.
Yeah.
My favorite picture of me driving. Where is it? It's on here. Here we go. That's me. There you go. That's my little car. I haven't got it anymore, sadly. It's gone to somebody who is going to be restoring it because it was in a bit of a bad way. I hadn't been able to afford to keep it going for the last 10 years. So somebody paid my brother a decent amount of money for a car that needed fixing, and I basically gave him that car to go with it as another project, and he's doing them both up. So yeah, that was my little car. Proper four-wheel drift there going on, left foot braking, controlling the oversteer, and yep, four-wheel slide, opposite lock. There you go.
Oh, you've got a question there, John. It's about your favorite.
Why is my passenger holding a help me sign? He was loving it. I was playing, to be honest, I was playing up for the cameras there because the car was having issues and wasn't getting to full speed down the straights. So we were really struggling on this event. So I just said, we're not going to get a good finish on this event, but we're going to get a damn good picture. So whenever it came to anywhere in the notes that said junction, where there was a labeled junction which would have spectators on it, there's almost certainly going to be cameras. So I got my co-driver to say one of those junctions is coming up. So I just didn't break into them and just went way, threw up as much dust as possible. Right. So there we go. Susanna Hoffs or Raquel Welch? Well, look. There's only one answer for that as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
that's what I thought you'd say.
I mean, both is good, but if I have to go for one, it's Susanna. I'm sorry, Raquel. It's Susanna. So is Bear running a game tonight? Okay. So I might be able to catch some of that because I haven't got to be at work. I haven't got to be at work until midday tomorrow. So I might catch some of that, which is quite good.
Yeah, and obviously we're not sure if our game is going ahead tomorrow at the moment.
No, we're not at the moment, because we normally play in a live stream game on this particular Saturday coming up. But with Hungar in the hospital and with my attendance up in the air based on the news regarding my wife's father, then we'll see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You're flabbergasted. You shouldn't be flabbergasted. Me and Suzanne have had this bond ever since I've been 14, 15 years old.
Are you Shakira flabbergasted? If anyone knows that reference, points.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that. Right. Anyway, yes. Dinner is being served in southwestern Oklahoma for John, and I think we've completed the book. We've gone on a little bit at the end, about 20 minutes. No, Miss Hoffs doesn't know about our bond, sadly. It's all in my head. All in my dreams. All in my dreams. Amon, Group B was a fantastic era for rallying. They were just so brutal, those cars. So powerful. But modern cars do the stages faster because of better brakes and better handling. It's just that they were so on the edge. So on the edge. Cheers, you're wrong. Yes. Brian is in Oklahoma. How big is Oklahoma?
No idea, mate. No idea.
Is it a medium-sized US state, which means it's bigger than here? I think it's a medium-sized state, isn't it? Roughly. It's not a Texas or Alaska sort of size, but it's not.
No! It's nowhere near that size.
It's not a little Delaware, Rhode Island sort of one, though, is it? Either.
No, I don't think so. Brian will know, and obviously John will know.
Yeah.
John Scotto.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to start pronouncing people's names in a northern accent just to confuse them.
John Scotto.
You're wrong. Alaka.
Brian James. Brian James. Brian.
Hey, do you know what, John? When I eventually get round to running something, look forward to my accents and my voices.
Well, yeah.
I won't be a bear, but I'll be somewhere there.
Next year sometime, I think we said, didn't we? So next year sometime, I think you'll be.
Well, I ain't planning anything. It's just as it happens organically. I feel like I'm ready. Yeah.
You need to buy some books first.
Fuck that! I'm making my own.
All right, fair enough.
And I'm going to make sure that I'm not even going to mention it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Brian James, yes, you do indeed have a towing business in the UK. Have you ever encountered Brian James trailers?
Not to my recollection.
Well, about half of the trailers used by rally drivers to take their cars to events are Brian James trailers. Google Brian James trailers. It's
I probably will
trailer
have seen
company.
them.
Yes.
Yeah. Not Eddie Stobart.
Oh no, he's a trucks.
Oh right, okay, my bad.
Don't confuse a trailer with a truck.
I'm not mechanically minded, me.
No, mate, I'm not either. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna depart. It's been a long old week this week. Don't know why. I mean, obviously, the fact that my wife's dad's not well and that sort of thing's a bit, it's all a bit shitty, but it just feels like it's been a bit of a long week. So I'm gonna get myself off. Iman, do you want to shield your channel?
No need, mate. No need.
No need.
No need.
Intellectual Quandary on YouTube. Plays games. Playing Bloodborne at the moment. So thank you, everybody in chat. If you've got a channel, you've got about 30 seconds before I close chat for tonight for you to shill your channel if you have one. If not, then don't worry about it. So this is... Andy, you're lurking.
Oh, he's here.
He is here. He said hello at the start of the stream. Didn't say anything during the stream until now. So he's woken up. Have you been slumbering, Andy? Is that what it is? You pulled your hat over your face and you've just gone, oh, no, they're finishing. Lurk. He's a lurker. Yes.
That's a good mental image. I like that.
Yeah. Right. Nobody wants to shill their channel, so good. Cheers. Thank you, Brian. Yeah. Hopefully there'll still be no news in that. Well, hopefully my wife will be back in the morning. So she's gonna be with him all night. That's what she said in the last message. So and she hasn't sent a message since. There's no missed calls, nothing on WhatsApp. I do keep checking. She's probably dozed off because she went straight there. She got a call when she was at work about 2 o'clock and went straight there from work. So she's been there now with him for the last 11 hours or so. So she's probably dozed off. Right. Anyway, cheers, chaps. See you. For those who are playing OSE tomorrow, Daniel is running the game, so come along and support Daniel. It looks like our Palladium game tomorrow night is unlikely to go ahead because Hungar's in hospital still. So watch this space for when that gets rearranged, but we will see. And I will see you next week otherwise, or catch you in Discord. Daniel's running the early game tomorrow. There might not be a second game. It all depends. It's up in the air. If my father-in-law is okay and Bear's game doesn't go ahead, I will run an impromptu game of something. So if there are people around, I'll run a game of something. Anyway, but I can't promise it. I can't promise it ahead of time. So anyway, I'm going to get off. Cheers all. I shall see you later.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here.